So this is the assignment which I will send you attachment for it so you can see clearly, but I wanted to explain to you, since I can't do this in person, in front of the class, I'm doing this in front of the camera. So the PowerPoint, obviously you're not going to have oral presentation, but it has to have minimum of 10 slides with textual and visual info. So it's pretty simple if you think about this. The first thing is the title and general info, your bio and artistic background, technical information, what you have learned and accomplished. And then each slide with your studio projects you have following description: important ideas, use of elements and principles, how you use the techniques and sketchbook. So you adding a sketchbook slide where you can put 2-3 pages how you design towards your project. And then you got to make sure that each slide is signed with the dimension, technique, and the title. That's the fun part. I hope for you it will be fun part to start naming, labeling, titling your project. So that's the part, the PowerPoint part. Then you need to support this, since you're not going to have an oral presentation. You're going to support this with a very short essay, 500 words minimum. That's like a page. Typed, word count included, please. So I see that you have that minimum of 500 words because I don't want to count your words. I mean, visually I can see if you typed up one page in single space, that's around 500 words, but please make my life easier and include word count. So in this essay, you're going to explain your accomplishment as an artist in this class so far and the use of elements and principles of design in selected work. So you're going to self-critique of one selected project. So when you write your essay, first you start with the general ideas, who you are. So it's kind of like explaining what you put in a PowerPoint. I don't need here essays on your slides. Your slides are mostly visual. Right? The words are pointing out certain things. So here, the most predominant element was line, which I used to hatch the background. That's all, right? But here you're going to explain a little bit more on that. But of course, I want you to start that essay with your background information. So who you are, how you got to this class, maybe what's happening in your life right now. How are you going through all these changes in system of education and your lifestyle and your family life. That could be an interesting intro to your essay. Is it affecting your art making? Is it affecting in a positive or negative way? Right? So you might add these informations to your essay. Then you're going to select one project. So far you're going to have, for the midterm, I believe you're going to have 3 or 4 portfolio projects. So select one which you can focus and give me maybe 100 words, between 100 to 200 words on this particular project. So go a little deeper into the critique, which means describe what we see, analyze how did you use elements and principles, and then evaluate what you feel, how did you end up with the aspect of unity. Are you happy? Do you feel like you accomplished everything which was assigned to you and everything you feel for? Right, so you have to make sure that I will receive from now on a weekly report on your sketchbook pages. This should be outside of our Tuesday, Thursday regular classwork, right? So Tuesday, if you see the rhythm we are going with, right? Tuesday is your design, sketchbook research for particular assignment. Thursday, you're delivering the assignment to me. Then over the weekend, you should be working on the sketchbook independently. Well, plus, of course, you might have a homework assigned by me. But it's the same thing as you were doing attending the class. So I don't think I'm adding chores to your life. If you want to maintain a good grade in this class, you have to maintain the same structure and the same rhythm of work. So that's a big assignment, right? That's our midterm PowerPoint, and you are preparing for your final. because this is already halfway. You're halfway through your final. For the final, you're going to add more slides with the rest of the work and rest of the description, and we'll write final essay for it. We don't know if we're going to meet for the final. It doesn't matter to me, right? Everything will be there on the PowerPoint. So the only thing you have to figure out, how you're going to be sending me this PowerPoint. This is going to be via Google Docs, Google Drive, some sort of a Google document, so you're going to do an attachment as a PowerPoint file. So you have to figure this out. Sometimes the PowerPoints are so loaded with images that they're very difficult. They're such a large file that it's good to split them in half. That's why you have one half here, the midterm PowerPoint, and then you're going to add another PowerPoint. So I would probably do a part 2 PowerPoint, and then you will send me part 1 and part 2. That should take care of transferring the files via email. So like I said, I'm going to add the attachment to it, and now I will show you a couple examples of PowerPoints and point out a few things which are very important. So here we go, right? So the first thing for your PowerPoint is the title page. You got to make sure that you have drawing 1, instead of final, you're going to put midterm, your name, and the date of the creation of that PowerPoint. Right, then here is the background information. So the great thing is to add, of course, that first drawing which was done in your booklet. For those of you who did not receive a booklet for me, I can send you pictures. Just request that, like I will be sending you pictures for your trace drawing. So I want to make sure that all the drawings are going into your PowerPoint. So make sure you request if you know that I have your booklet, so you can add to your PowerPoint. So you see this is not an essay, right? So here it's just bullets about the things which informing me about the background. Who are you as a person beginning this class and going through this class? And then we have project number 1, we have dimensions, we have the topic for the project, we have use of lines, types of pencils, and then 18 by 24, these are the dimensions. Here another project, right? So this is how we're going. This was, which will come later, the study of the great master. So sketches, okay, cross-hatching project. Again, she's pointing to certain very important things, positive and negative space. The dimension, not all the projects you do are the same, 18 by 24, so make sure you don't forget the dimension. You also pay attention how you're taking your pictures. You see there are no unnecessary borders. If you want to include the margin, that's okay. But I don't want to see the table or the background of your room, right? So try to keep the drawing straight. Make sure that you take the picture well, so the white paper looks white, not gray or brown. So use the photo app to clean up the mess if the picture looks messy. Okay, so another project, and that's how we go. Sketchbook pages. So with the sketchbook pages, you don't have to do dimensions. I don't care how large is your sketchbook, as long as I see variety of different things and just the topic of what are these 3 sketchbook pages are designated for. So finding on shapes and shading. And then why we did shapes and shadings, now we understand, because we did a still art composition. That's the contact crayon project, right? So this is what I was asking you in my previous email to start shopping for contact crayon. This will be the project which will allow you to study the effect of chiaroscuro. So that will be our next assignment. We're going to do a little research on what that means, chiaroscuro effect, how to shade with contact crayon. As you see, this technique is allowing you to go really into deep shading with a very dark, expressive technique of contact crayon. Now, you will have also a chance, if you buy the set as I prescribe to you, the set of contact crayons, the black, the white, and 2 shades of brown, right? So you will be able to do in the same compositional approach, you will be able to do 2 different colors. Background color for PowerPoint, as you see, a lot of students are using black. It looks much better than on white. So if you start your PowerPoint, I would right away change the background color from white to either black or deep blue, or try to avoid yellow or red because it's kind of distracting. Black color is enhancing all the work you have created, especially work on white paper. So again, we have a title page, right, about me. So again, the artist is using booklet. Interesting, adding a sketchbook page, right? So we have a project, it's the largest. We have the use of lines, and so our elements and principles, dimensions, technique. I also like the way she did, like we were drawing from reality, and she took this together with a photograph of what she was drawing. I will make this slide bigger. So it's pretty easy in PowerPoint, moving through things and repositioning them. So I would make that, okay, a little bigger. So you have to be careful when you are making this bigger, don't distort, okay? So keep that the same way. If the text, be careful that it doesn't cover the text. So you can even make that photo a little smaller. Move this. So, and then you can crop this part very easy. So within the PowerPoint, you can retouch your photos as well, because if you click here, you have change picture options, format pictures that you can change all these. So that's the great part of the PowerPoint that, So this is the midterm PowerPoint. I will send you with the link to this video, I will send you also the attachment for the PowerPoint and dates for the submission. I know that some people even did PowerPoints entirely on the phones. There are some apps where you can do these presentations, digital presentations on the phones. I don't care how you're doing it, as long as you can deliver and I can click through your slides and see everything you have created up to this moment, right? So with a minimum of 10 slides. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the week and fantastic weekend. Talk to you soon.